What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We live it like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive.
Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video. As you can see, I'm actually in the new lorry and we are at Chard Equestrian for a 3-day competition. Now, we were supposed to do 2 tests today. It's extremely hot. We were, as always, running a bit behind this morning, just getting Buck and Top Cats organised. They're staying out in the fields and I'm hoping they're going to be okay. It's quite well shaded where they are. They can get shade all day. And there is quite a nice breeze that tends to go through that field as well, and the flies aren't too bad. They have got fly rugs on, and my dad's going to be checking them quite regularly, so hopefully they should be fine. But getting them sort of making sure that they were organised and happy, and then we still had a little bit of sort of packing, finding places to put stuff in this particular lorry, and then obviously getting Bo loaded. He loaded and travelled really well, so I couldn't quite believe it. Our next test is, as you can see, quite soon. I am just literally having a quick chat and then I'm going to go down and tack up and go down for our first test, which is medium 6. Now, we were supposed to do elementary 6, but that was earlier on in the day. We just weren't going to make the time. We knew traffic was quite sort of slow. So we did withdraw from that class. Now, I have asked if there's any withdrawals tomorrow, whether I can, because I'm only doing 1 test tomorrow, if I can actually be sort of put into one of those classes. So we'll see if anything happens there. But if it's hot, then actually for Paul Bow. So I better get going, because I'm going to end up with like a 5-minute warm up if I do not go and tack up and get down and warm up. So I will have a catch up once I've done my test. See you guys. So we've done our one and only test for today. It should have been 2 tests, but sadly because we weren't here on time, which is nothing unusual, I suppose. Yeah, I'm really pleased. He felt really good. We had a very short warm-up, but in this heat it was probably for the best. He felt really good in the test. He was listening. Yeah, I'm just a bit for them really to come out and do that medium 6, which is the sort of regional test. Yeah, there's always a few bits that I think, well, we definitely need to improve, but overall I was really pleased with how he felt. He certainly felt that he was up for it, which is a big thing. He's currently tucking into his hay. The stables, it's slightly different sort of stables than we were in last year here at Chard. These are sort of, I think they used to be their sort of like temporary stables, but they've had a proper roof put on, so there's no flapping roof because Bo doesn't like a flapping roof, so that would have been a bit interesting. So they're really quite nice. We're very lucky actually where they are situated is quite a nice breeze. There's shade from a trees over there, which is quite nice. So yeah, it keeps them out of any sort of direct sunlight. So it's not it's warm. Don't get me wrong, it's very warm, but he seems quite happy. And we had 68.18, so actually, well, chuffed a bit for that. Really pleased with that percentage. It's fantastic. I think it put us 2nd overall, and we won our section. So we won the bronze section. So yeah, fantastic start to the weekend. Part of me was like, oh, it's a shame we didn't get here in time to do our elementary test, but thinking with obviously the weather being hot as it is, we haven't really been out competing. That was probably for the best. Yeah, because he had a very short warm up. I think it was about a 5-minute warm up. But I think that suited in some ways because I didn't just sort of meander around in the warm up, not really achieving very much. He was very sort of focused on what he was being asked. And yeah, bless him. So he's had a wash down. I've got out of my show stuff because it's very hot here. Yeah, so that's it for our competitions today. We got another test tomorrow, and I have asked if they have any withdrawals from the medium, whether we could sort of slot in. We are trying to get a few points for summer if we can, although I'm trying not to sort of get too stressed about that. I definitely feel I've come into this competition with a better mindset, in that we really want to have a bit of fun. And I really enjoyed riding the test today, whereas previously it became very much sort of result orientated, and I felt I was putting myself and Bo under too much pressure. So actually taking a bit of a step back, having a break from it, was great. And actually also having a bit of a break from doing all the work that we've been doing on the lorry, it's quite nice to actually get away and enjoy it. So that's looking forward to having the first night on it, on the box. As Bo seems to be quite happy. Bo quite likes his new wheels, don't you, Bosie? Yeah, perhaps it's a lucky box because that's a brilliant percentage today. I think there might even be some prize money, but we don't think too much about that. You know, where are you going? Itch? It's quite itchy. So he's had a mash, and we've also bought some watermelon with us because that's Bo's favourite sort of treat for the summer. He thoroughly enjoys a bit of watermelon, don't you? So when he's sort of struggling to bend left, it's obviously no problem when you've got an itch. Yeah? Yeah? You look very cute with your forelock like that. Don't you? Yeah. Right. So I'm going to go and watch a few tests. And I better get you some more hay. Yeah? Because you're doing what you do best. Eat. Oh! Was I being rude? I wasn't. This is right. So it's the second day. It's in the morning. Already been out, fed. Bo had a good night, which I'm really pleased at because obviously we haven't got Top Cat here, which is well, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Really, it's quite nice in some ways. It's much easier just having the one, but Top Cat's such a little character. It's quite nice having him come with us too. And obviously he's at home babysitting Buck. I've had an update to say that they're absolutely fine. They are out in the fields. We're very lucky where they are is quite shaded, and also there's often quite a nice sort of breeze, so they're quite sort of happy and content. They've got their fly rugs on and fly masks, and Dad's going up and checking them quite regularly, so that's great. But it's here, it's as always, it's windy. It is always a bit of a breeze here, which is nice, but it is hot, very hot. So I was quite pleased perhaps just to do the one test yesterday. We did sort of see whether if there was any withdrawals in any of the elementaries or medium today, whether I could have done a second test, but there hasn't been any as yet. So we're just sort of keeping sort of for that. But obviously I'm wondering whether actually just one test might be enough for him. He was such a good boy yesterday, even with a very, very short warm-up. So I'm debating this at the moment, whether to do another sort of short warm-up and sort of try and replicate a bit what we did yesterday, perhaps not with quite so much of a rush, or whether to allow a little bit more time for warming up. But let's see how he is. So I'm going to go and take him for a hand graze now. So you're going to have a little bit of a leg stretch, then he's going to have a massage a bit later on, and then we are on at 2:50. So yeah, had a really good night's sleep on the box, which is great. I have had to get underneath and just fix one of the water pipes. One of the original sort of Jubilee clips had got a little bit, well, it's quite rusty, and I think the new pump is quite forceful, so sadly that one clip couldn't cope, so I have been underneath and done that. But yeah, really pleased to be out and about and enjoying it. Looking forward to doing, we've got another night here, and then we have got to stay away at Bicton as well, so yeah, looking forward to that. Much easier to drive actually, this one, because she's on the slightly shorter wheelbase than our previous one. Did make quite a difference in sort of handling, and Bo was very happy, so yeah, all good. Yeah, very much enjoying being able to use it. Right, let's go and take him for a walk. You're doing what you do best, aren't you, Bo? Eating. Yeah. It's much cooler this morning. Hoping it stays like it. I think it is forecast to get a bit later. There's a lovely breeze. And just chilling out. We're not on till after lunch. Just check my times. It'd be nice to actually not be rushing around last minute, having a really short warm up. Although actually it definitely seemed to benefit him yesterday in that heat not to do too long a warm up. Very good boy. This is our first stay away without Top Cat, which is quite sort of sad in some ways because Top Cat used to love coming out. But Bo seems quite content, very happy in his new lorry. So that's a bonus. Hi Rosie. We've had a bit of a leg stretch. Now I'm gonna go and have some coffee and some breakfast. So Bo's had a walk. He's also had a massage. He seems in quite good spirits, which is nice. We'll see how he is later. It's getting hotter here. Sort of earlier on, it was a little bit overcast, and there was even felt a bit of rain in the air, but never really came to anything. But with the breeze here, I'm hoping that it's not quite as hot as yesterday. But again, I think we're just going to do quite a short warm-up. I haven't heard that there's any withdrawals from any of the elementaries or medium that we can slot into, because obviously yesterday we were planning on doing the 2 tests, but we just couldn't get here early enough. By the time we sort of sorted out Buck and Top Cat in their fields, it was just time was sort of ticking away, and we just made the decision just to get here and just sort of get settled. So I was hoping that there might have been a withdrawal for today, that we could do 2 tests today, because it was supposed to be cooler, although it's very, very hot still. But this lorry is much cooler than our other one. I think it's because it's lighter, and we've got some roof vents. That does make quite a difference. But yes, so now I've got to get myself ready. So we got not rushing around. That would be a first. It really would be. I know I've looked at the test. It's elementary 6, which is a test that is very similar to the old elementary 59. There's just a bit of a change to the trot work. They've added in shoulder in. But I've just got to get that in my head because the start of the test is a little bit different. But yeah, and I was so pleased yesterday I actually remembered to canter in my medium. But I've got to make sure I don't canter in today with him. He got a little bit sort of confused why we were cantering in. But today's just trot, and I can do it rising, so I might do that. I do find the sitting trot. I'm trying to strengthen my core and trying to get a bit better, but it's still a bit of a struggle. So, right, let's get ready to go down and warm up. So for once we're actually running a little bit ahead of time, so we're just having a bit of a pause in proceedings. Yeah, he's got his saddle all on and his boots. I've just taken my hat off because I was sweating in it, and I think it might end up giving me a headache if I keep it on for too long in this heat. So I've just taken that off. So a really fetching look with my hairnet. Yeah, you just had a polo as well, haven't you? Yeah. Just trying to remember where we're going. Hopefully that won't be a problem. You know where you're going, Bo. You probably will. The autopilot. Is the autopilot on today, do you reckon? Oh, you want itches? Quite nice to actually, it's really nice to be out competing again, but having a bit of a break, it's been quite a long break as well. I think it's been quite good for us, really, because I think we're both getting a little bit stale to come out, and we're just really just back out, trying to have fun, really. Obviously I'm trying to get a few sort of points for summer competitions, but I've left it all very late for qualifying, so that's going to be a real bonus if we do. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, yesterday's test, that was a qualifying score. I was a bit like, oh, it's a shame we didn't get here for the elementary, but then in that heat I might not have got the test that we did anyway. So yeah, see how today goes. Just gonna go and try and enjoy it in this heat, aren't we? Never happy. It's too hot here this time, and when we were here back in February it was cold and wet and windy again. So it's nice to be here in the summer. And we've got Bicton Arena coming up soon as well. That's another stay away, so that should be good fun. See if we can sort of finish getting a few sort of qualifying points, aiming for area festivals if we can. But, yeah, just see how it goes, won't we, Bo? Yeah, he's very enjoying having his itch. His nose going. Right, I probably did ought to sort of think about getting myself ready now. You're sort of ready, aren't you? Just your bridle. Yeah, just your bridle to go. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to your forelock plait. Have you been reorganising it, have you? Gonna need some fly spray, I think. It's too hot. Far too hot. I don't get well in the heat. Alright, let's get ready. So we've just finished our test. I'm chuffed to bits with him, actually. I really am. We did fluff up our canter transitions on both reins. Yeah, some proper miscommunication there, but the rest of it I was really pleased with. He was an absolute pleasure to ride. It didn't feel like there was any moments where we were having a bit of a discussion as to what we should be doing. So yeah, I'm hoping for a decent percentage, but we'll see. Obviously, those two transitions are going to be a bit costly. Other than that, I was really pleased with him. So yeah, so far really good competition, and I think I've come out with the right mindset that I'm just going to enjoy it rather than putting myself under too much stress. Just enjoy it, Bo. And I'm hoping that's sort of showing in actually how this competition's going so far. Yeah, I've just been up and had a cool wash. They got some wash bays here in the car park, which is a fantastic idea. It's just brilliant for welfare because it's really hot. There hasn't been any withdrawals from the medium classes, but actually think that might be for the best in some ways, because I feel like one test in this heat for him, we haven't been out for quite some time, is probably enough. He doesn't cope particularly well in the heat. He is clipped out, but neither one of us are really built for the heat, are we, Bo? But yeah, he handled it really well. Again, we did a relatively sort of short warm-up, but I think actually that might sort of suit him in some ways. Otherwise, I end up just sort of meandering around and not really achieving anything other than perhaps sort of depleting his little tank of fuel. But yeah, let's see what the percentage is. But I'm not going to try not to get my hopes up too much. I don't know who's judging. But yeah. Very good boy. He's tucking into some haylage. Brought some Timothy haylage away with him. And he's also got his soaked hay as well. I'm just going to go and get him a mash, which he's thoroughly enjoying. I did see there's a top spec rep here with a weighbridge, so I might go and have a chat with them, because we have actually just put Bo onto top spec, onto the performance light balancer. I just felt he needed a little bit more than what he was getting in his sort of powdered balancer. So he's on top spec performance light balancer, and I'm really pleased with how he is. I have used top spec for another Welsh cob in the past. I know I used the comprehensive once before, and I found it revs that particular horse up quite a bit. But yeah, he's certainly thoroughly enjoying it, and he's having the top spec high fibre mash, which goes down very well. But Bo very rarely turns his nose up at any food. Yes, I'm going to go and have a chat with them and see whether we can stick him on the weighbridge. That'd be interesting to know. He has put on a bit of weight since he last was someone, but yeah, he's sort of looking at me as if I'm a fine one to talk. We are on a health kick, aren't we, Bo? Bless him. Bless him. You're a good boy. Yeah. So, right. I'm going to go and get back into some shorts, because I think my britches are actually stuck to me at the moment. It's good. Shouldn't really complain about nice weather, but it's a bit extreme for competing in, particularly when you haven't done it for so long. But we like competing in extreme weathers, don't we, Bo? Bless you. You're a good boy. A very good boy. Yeah. So definitely feel we come out with the right sort of attitude. We've just come to have some fun, really. On we go. And I think we'll see. I'm hoping our horse box might be quite lucky. Okay. Right, leave you in peace, boat. Let's go and get changed. We go down and see what the score is. So we've just seen our result, and we were second in our section and also second overall. So that's fantastic. There's some really good combinations in that particular class. We had 66.97. So chuffed to bits with him, really. He's a little superstar. He's now chilling in his stable. I'm just about to wander down and see the top spec rep and see if we can possibly stick him on the weighbridge, because that would be interesting. But yeah, what a clever boy. So he's got 2 tests to do tomorrow. Obviously I'll see how he is, because like I say, this is the first time we've been out for quite a long time, and it's hot, so we're really trying to sort of manage him best we can. He seems quite happy. He's actually he seems happier here than he has at home recently, bless him. I think he quite likes coming out and about. So yeah, just a bit. I'm drinking lots of water. That will probably swap over to gin later, but I'm just getting ready to go and watch a friend do her test as well and give her a bit of support. But yeah, fantastic weekend so far. I'm really enjoying it, and I think that's the important thing. I think having a break was really good, and now coming out, just sort of coming out and enjoying it. And I think previously it got very sort of result based, and I've sort of lost the enjoyment side, really. But definitely feel that's a priority at the moment, definitely. Obviously it's nice to get good results, and I've been very lucky actually to this weekend has been good results, so yeah. But I think it's done Bo the world of good as well, and I think our training is really beginning to sort of show with Hayley. Looking forward to having some more training. Haven't taken the new box there yet, so that'll be interesting, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem.